If you can master supply and demand, you'll be able to make so much more money from trading. These are what I'm going to be covering in this.
What's up guys, it's your boy and welcome back to the channel. So guys, in today's video we'll be trying out supply and demand. So I want to look if this strategy really works and if we can really catch any good trade with this strategy. And I'll be following a video tutorial by this famous influencer called Trading Greek. Let's follow his video tutorial, his strategy. He's a famous influencer, he's a mentor. Let's check out his strategy if it really works with supply and demand. So guys, let's head on to the video guys.
This course. But if you want this course to work for you and you really want to master supply and demand, please do not skip through the video. I'm going to start off by teaching you what is supply and demand, why you should trade it, and then how to draw, how to find supply and demand zones, and how to actually trade these zones. When should you enter for the trade? Last but not least, I'm gonna teach you how I personally trade supply and demand. My own secret supply and demand strategy. So what is supply and demand? Supply and demand is basically aggressive selling and buying. That's it. We want to see aggressive buying and selling because this tells us that all the big boys like big banks and institutions are entering into the market and pushing the market in that direction. I want you to look at these candlesticks right here. Big fat momentum candles tells us that there is a lot of aggressive selling. There is a lot of momentum and volume pushing the price down. On the right side, we see green momentum candles which tell us that there is a lot of aggressive buying, a lot of buying pressure, a lot of momentum pushing the price up. So these are what you should be looking for when trading supply and demand. These momentum candles tell us that smart money is in the market. On the other hand, if you see small candlesticks just like this is not demand, alright? This is small baby buyers. We do not want to see small candles like this because there is no volume or momentum by the smart money at all. Why should you trade supply and demand? Let me tell you why I trade supply and demand. Because I want to trade with the big boys who have a lot of money. I want to react to the price when these big boys enter the market. The best way to see them entering into the market is by waiting for supply and demand. Supply is when the market is going down aggressively and demand is when the market is going up aggressively. So I want to see these nice momentum candles that tell me that the big boys have come out to play. Remember, we are retail traders, we are brokies. We do not have enough money to move the market, while these guys are dealing with millions and billions of dollars. Let's say that you have insider information and you know that the big boys, smart money, billionaire traders, whatever I like to call them, are buying at this key level right here. So will you enter for a buy? You are a dumbass if you said no. Of course you would, it's literally free money if insider trading wasn't illegal. Because you know that these people have the money and the power to move the market. So obviously you want to ride the wave with them. Because the last thing you want to do is to trade against them. But that is what a lot of retail traders do. Now that you have understood why you should trade supply and demand, let's talk about how to actually find these supply and demand zones. The first step is that you want to look for at least 3 momentum candles in a row. So you can see right here we have spotted 3 green momentum candles in a row. It can be more, like it can be 4 or 5 green candles in a row, but the minimum is at least 3 momentum candles in a row. Remember, you do not want to see tiny small little candlesticks just like this. You want momentum candles, the big boys. So in this example, I will just use these 3 green momentum candles right here. So the next step is that you want to find the area where the move started. So this up move right here started from the previous candle. So this is the previous candle right here. So in this case, what you want to do is to take out your rectangle tool and mark the high and the low of the previous candle. So just draw like a little box and drag it all the way out here like this. So now the area between these two lines will become the demand zone. So right now what we want to do is to wait for price to come back down to this area and then enter for a buy. But price already did that, right? Price literally went down to retest the demand zone before shooting back up. So if you enter for a buy here, you have made a load of money. Here's another example. There is literally 3 momentum candles in a row right here. So we take our box tool and we box the previous candle, the high, drag it all the way down to the low, and then drag it to the right side just like this. So this will be your supply zone because the last time price was here, it got pushed all the way down here. So this is your supply zone and we are waiting for price to come back up to this area and look at what happened next. Boom, boom, boom. So right now, price has managed to come back up to this area and I want you to observe to see what price does. It literally collapsed. You saw that. I hope you saw that. It literally went back up to this supply area that we have drawn and collapsed. So that's the first way that you can use to identify your supply and demand zones. The next way is consolidation. You can see right here, price is just going sideways, not going anywhere. So what you can do is that you can draw a box to box up this entire consolidation. And look at what price does. Price literally went up all the way to touch this consolidation box before heading back down. So that is your second way. The third way is to identify an area with wicks. So wicks basically show us that price is rejecting that area, right? So you can see right here, there is multiple long wick candles at this area here. So what you can do is that you can draw a box around this area here and just drag it all the way right here. So you can see the next time price came back down to this area, price literally shot all the way up there. So this was a very good demand zone. That is also another supply area right here. You can see there is multiple long wicks being formed at this area, which show us that this area is like a very strong area that price is always rejecting. So if you draw towards the right, you can see that the next time price came back all the way up here, it literally collapsed all the way down to the demand zone. Now that we have understood how to identify supply and demand zones, we have to know how to trade them. So right here, I have spotted 3 green momentum candles, which means that the demand zone is somewhere right around here. So after I spotted these 3 momentum candles, I'll be looking at the previous candle before this up move is formed, which is this red candle right here. So I will take my box tool and literally mark from the high all the way down to the low and drag it to the right just like this. So this is your demand zone. So right now, we are waiting for price to come back down to this demand zone to retest it before entering for the trade. So there are basically 2 ways where you can trade this. You can either place a buy order at the demand zone so that when the price gets down there, your broker will automatically get you into a buy position, or you can manually enter the trade after you see what price is doing at that area, which is the one that I like more. Because remember, no matter how strong the demand area is, there is always a chance that price is going to break past it. So right now, I'll be patiently waiting for price to come back down to this area. So we see what price does, and as you can see, price is approaching this area right now. And the second price come back down to this area and touch this area, you should not enter yet. You must wait for confirmation. That is a very important point. You have to wait for price to show you that it is gonna head back up. So right now you saw that price has came back all the way down here to this demand zone and it gave us a long wick doji and also multiple long wick candlesticks, which show us that price is rejecting this demand zone and it's gonna shoot back up. What does this candlesticks tell us? It tells us indecision in the market. It tells us that price is rejecting this area, but we cannot assume that price is gonna go back up yet. We have to wait for the next candlestick or the next few candlesticks. Let's look at the next candlestick. So right here, price gave us a big green bullish engulfing candlesticks. This tells us that, you know what, the buyers are back into this market. The big boys is at this demand zone, loading up their buy orders and you already know price is gonna go to the moon now. So this is where I will enter for a buy position right here. Place my stop loss below this last higher low Or if you want to play it safe, you can always place it below the demand zone. For this example, I'll just place my stop loss below the last higher low right here. So for your take profit, I want to place my take profit at a key resistance area or a key supply area. So I'm going to be looking towards the left and see where price last stopped at. If you look towards the left, you will see that right here, price gave us 3 red momentum candlesticks. So right here, there is a supply zone. So how I mark up my supply zone, remember, is that you want to look at the previous candlestick, mark the high to the low, and literally drag it up just like this. So I'll place my take profit all the way up at this supply area right here, and place my stop loss a little bit tighter, somewhere right around here, below this bullish engulfing candlestick. And this is like 1:2. Let's see how this trade plays out. Price went up and smashed our take profits. I want you to look at what price did when it came up to this supply area that we have drawn here. It gave us 1 wick right here, this upper wick right here, which show us that there were sellers at this point of time that was pushing the price down, but the buyers are way too strong. That is exactly why price continued to go up even further. Literally just rinse and repeat this strategy. So after I've closed this trade, let me just remove this and I'll just keep on drawing my new supply and demand zones. Since price has just broken past this supply area and invalidated it, I'm just gonna remove this, and I can see there's another like demand zone somewhere right around here because there is multiple wicks being formed right here, which show us that maybe this is like a little demand area. So we can see like right now prices came back all the way down here, and you can see what price did after it came back all the way down to this demand area. It should back up. At this point of time, price has just confirmed to us that this is a valid demand zone because price gave us 3 green momentum candlesticks. So I can just like redraw this little demand zone because like I want to draw it at this previous candle, you know what I mean? So I'll just like drag it from this previous candle, the mark, the high, the low, drag it to the right side just like this. And right now I'm waiting for price to come back down to this area and show me some sort of confirmation before entering for the trade. I almost forgot to mention to you guys, but I also draw like a little supply area right here because price gave us multiple long wick rejection at this area. So this is like a little supply area, and right now we just wait and see. You can see right now, price has came back all the way down to this demand zone, and he has broken past it just like a little bit. So do you think we should enter for a sell here? This is what retail traders are doing. Retail traders will just enter for a sell when price breaks through like a little support area or whatever. And look at what price did next. It went back up, so this was ending up like a little fake out. So at this point of time, this gave us a confirmation that price is not breaking past this demand zone. This demand zone is solid and we're gonna head back up. This is the bullish confirmation that we are waiting for. You can see like the green candlesticks are getting bigger and bigger. So at this point of time, I'll just enter for a buy somewhere right around here, place my stop loss below this demand zone, take profit at the supply area that is being formed right here, and look how this trade play out. Okay, you can see price went up, and right there, boys, right there, we just smashed our take profit, making this a very nice supply and demand strategy. 2 wins in the bag, baby.
So guys, if you have watched this video to this extent, it means that you really want to learn something from this video. So guys, basically supply and demand is a famous way of trading. It's just supply is selling when the price is high, demand is also buying when the price is low. It's just a means of buying and selling. It's a famous way of trading. So basically, I just want to show you guys how supply and demand is being done, you know, raw. Like I just want to show you a day in life on how I'm going to trade this supply and demand and how it looks like on the real chart. You know, basically the video they made online is just, you know, a recorded video, but I'll be breaking this down into bits and showing you day in life and, you know, how I intend to trade this supply and demand. So guys, today is Saturday. I'm recording this video on Saturday. So on Monday, market will be opening on Monday. So stay tuned guys, let's see how it's gonna go. So stay tuned guys, much love.